Hey everybody, it's Samantha again, and I am here to do another movie review. Now, some of you people may have heard of this movie. After I had done a previous movie, Total Thunder Mi Madre review for school, I had found another movie that I had to watch for school and write a paper on. And that was about Alfred Kinsey. If you don't know his name, then God help you, because Alfred Kinsey is like beyond the master of sex. He was very controversial for his time, I believe. I'm gonna guess off the top of my head, even though I do have notes. I think he came out in the 1940s, and he was writing, I believe it was Indiana University, doing surveys with college students about sex and all kinds of sexual questions, like shit you wouldn't have even asked your mother about, your father about. It was because then you didn't talk about this stuff. But Alfred Kinsey, he was talking about it all and he was doing it all. So let's get into the review. It has Liam Nelson in it, and I love the name Liam. My cousin Maggie is naming her, well, she's due, I believe, in July. She's naming her baby Liam, and I just love that name. I thought I'd throw that out there. That's weird to throw in this kind of movie review, but I just wanted to give a little shout out to baby Liam. I can't wait to meet him. But this is what the movie looks like. I hope you're not getting a bad glare. Yep. It's Alfred Kinsey. And I don't know how popular of a movie it was. His books that he had written, this is based off of a real person now, okay? He did write books. I believe now they are probably a lot outdated because it's a lot about sex, what was going on then. But we'll get into the movie. I'm going to read you a little bit from the back of the box because I like to do that. Okay, it's the Liam Neeson. He stars as Alfred Kinsey, a man driven by scientific passion and personal demons to investigate the elusive mystery of human sexuality. Okay, we don't care about the Oscar. Okay. Well, Laura Linney, I guess she played his wife. I forget about her. I'm all about Alfred. I don't care about... Well, the wife was... Never mind. I don't want to give everything away. Okay. She was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress for her compelling performance as Kinsey's free-thinking wife. Just remember, free-thinking wife, okay? This proactive drama dares to lift the veil of shame from a society in which sex was hidden, knowledge was dangerous, and talking about it was the ultimate taboo. That makes this the ultimate movie to watch. Okay. Now, I went on a different website to get the info from. I don't like trying to remember everything off the top of my head because I confuse stuff, so I like to try and go in order, and I don't like to do total spoil alerts. But, Alfred Kinsey, he had a lot to say on the subject of sex, which the movie treats with sobriety, sensitivity, and a welcomed measure of humor, which it really does have all of it in it. The director, who is Bill Condon, he addresses sexuality with candor and wit, but it is the active research as much as its object that imparts to Kinsey its flush of passion and its rush of romance. I can't think of another movie that has dealt with sex so knowledgeably and at the same time made the pursuit of knowledge seem so sexy. There are some explicit images and proactive scenes, but it is your intellect that is most likely to be aroused. Kinsey was that good. Not as in like do sex with Kinsey, but as a psychologist. Okay, the movie, it's remarkably adept in showing us just how much Kinsey did learn and how much we can and did learn from him. Depending on your view of current Moors, he was either a Promethean figure liberating Americans from ignorance, superstition, and hypocrisy, or a Pandora opening up a box of permissiveness and perversion. The director clearly takes the first view, and he argues the case for Kinsey's contribution to sexual knowledge and social health without ignoring the more troubling aspects of his life and legacy. Kinsey in the movie, he is rarely without his trademarked bow that he's always like sporting around and shit. It's like a bow tie or some shit. It's charming and, well, it's not charming, it's charmingly nerdy, if you ask me. At first in his life, he was a zoologist, specializing in the taxonomy of some type of wasp. And he came late into the whole sex scene of studying it. But, as the movie tells it, his field work, collecting hundreds of thousands of wasp specimens, offered an escape from a sickly, unhappy childhood and from his bullying father, who was a professor at the Stevens Institute in Rochester, and his father was also a Methodist lay preacher, first shown, some word spelled wrong, I don't know, against such sinful modern inventions as the combustion engine, the electric light, and the zipper. Lust has 1,000 avenues, his father says. So obviously his father is very against what Kinsey is up to when it comes to sex. Kinsey in the movie, and keep in mind, this is real life too. This is all true. He would interview as many people as he could, gathering their sex histories, and those are so hilarious. Oh my god. They're amazing. And so he gathered their sex histories and tabulating these into multi-volume work intended to provide a basic, comprehensive information about sexual behavior for the everyday person such as you as me. But this was back in the 1940s. I believe it was in the 50s or 60s when his books really took off. Especially they were popular among women. Yeah, it says, Professor Kinsey, throughout the movie, besides interviewing students, he is also dispensing advice to the perplexed undergraduates at Indiana University. Okay, I can see why these people were confused on sex, because they were from Indiana. Okay, I don't want to give away any spoilers in Kinsey. I'm going to say that much about it. It is such an interesting movie. He was a very interesting psychologist, and for his time in life when he was studying sexuality, he really put himself out there. He was way ahead of himself. People may have been thinking of all these things, but no one would come out and do research and write books and do what he did. And he was brave enough to take that step and do all of that, and with his wife by his side who supported him. That's just an amazing accomplishment for what he did. To the psychology world, he contributed a lot during his time, and still today. I mean, you ask any psychologist, you throw out the name Kinsey, they know who you're talking about. And I did find some of the most memorable quotes from the movie, and the ones that I liked, I would like to share with you. This one is spoken by Alfred Kinsey himself. He says, "Love is the answer, isn't it? But sex raises a lot of very interesting questions." Then Clyde Martin says, and Clyde Martin, when Kinsey is doing the interviews, he has, like with his interviews with the students and people and stuff, he has other interviewers too, and Clyde Martin is one of them. So Clyde Martin says, "When did you first begin masturbating?" Interviewer, "I invented it, son." Yeah. And then this one is a little bit long. I hope I can get to it. get through it, but it's another one of his researchers asks, how old were you when you first engaged in sexual activity with a partner? Research subject, 14. Researcher, how? Research subject, with a horse. Researcher, how often were you having intercourse with an animal at the age of 14? Research subject, and he says it's stunned. It's true. I fucked a pony. You are genius. How did you know? Researcher, you just said you had. And then there's a pause. And then I'm sorry, my contact, it just picked like the worst time to like fuck up. Okay. The person being interviewed says, sex with a horse. No, I'm sorry. The interviewer, I messed this up. I'm such an airhead. The interviewer says, sex with a horse. And the research subject guy says, no. Horse. Not horse. Horse. I hope you guys found that last one entertaining. I know I messed it up. I did not mean to. I hope that people, you guys get this movie. It's not that old. I mean, you might be able to get it. I read boxes, new releases, but try Netflix, the video store. It's worth buying. If you go on Amazon or eBay to get it, you could get it. It won 3. It had 3. Well, it didn't win, but it was nominated for 3 Golden Globes and a Best Picture Drama. Ebert and Robert gave it 2 thumbs way up. I mean, it's a fantastic movie. One of my all-time favorites. There you can see it. I'll block my face with it. I hope I gave enough information on the movie and then Alfred Kinsey himself. I will say this though, it's a very sexual movie. It's not pornographic in any way. It has sex scenes, but it's talking about sex a lot. So I would recommend that if there are people that are going to be around when you're watching it that are under the age of 18, do not watch this movie. But it has other things in it besides the whole sex and everything, and it talks about Kinsey's life. But yeah, like I said, make sure if you got, sitting in your living room or whatever and you're gonna watch this, make sure there's no one under the age of 18 or you might get in trouble, because this is one of those movies where it's like, you shouldn't let them watch it. Well, again, another movie review by Samantha. If you happen to see it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this review. Subscribe to me at YouTube at Samantha Dancer, or subscribe to my Facebook page. I am under Olivia Dixon, and my email is, what the hell is my email? Give me a second. My email is, you know what? I'll give that information later. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. So subscribe to me on YouTube. Get this movie. Watch it. You know what? Better yet, watch it with, if you have a significant other, watch it with them. You will enjoy it. Again, thank you guys for your time. Hope you enjoyed this review. See the movie. And I will be back again with other weird, they're not weird, but different movie reviews, different rants and raves. I thank you all again for your time, and I will see you guys another day.